Welcome back to Sad Money, the post-election special. I'm Alexander Payne.
I'm Stephan Sihelnik.
And today is a very somber Wednesday in New York City.
Definitely in New York.
Yeah.
Maybe not other parts of the country.
Yeah, in a lot of other parts of the country, this is sick.
It's a celebration.
Happy as hell.
Yeah.
But I would say in Florida, they're pretty happy. Definitely
sure.
Mar-a-Lago.
Oh my God, they're partying it up.
How are you feeling today, Stephan? How are you dealing with
How am I dealing with
the news that Donald Trump is back with a vengeance?
I made sure to carry my tote bag around today so people knew I was an ally.
So you're one of the good ones.
I'm one of the good ones, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm all right. I got up. I spoke to you. You're the first person who called me, 8 a.m.
I did call you at 8 a.m.
That was
great.
great.
I did call you at 8 a.m.
I saw that call. I'm like, I got to pick up.
Yeah, I called you because I was like, 3 liberal white people have already been like, I can't believe we live in this world.
Yeah.
Right away, I was like, Stephan, I need your help. How do I respond to these people?
So 3 people called you. 2 cried.
One texted, the other 2 actually saw face to face.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you figured it out by the 3rd person.
Yeah, which is don't laugh in anyone's face when they're emotional.
Yeah.
Which I guess was how I grew up, which is not proper etiquette. When someone's hurting, don't laugh in their face.
Yeah. That's very
Try to have compassion.
that's high EQ of you.
I'm growing as a human being.
Yeah.
Elon Musk taught me.
Elon taught you.
Zuckerberg taught me.
Yeah.
The androids.
I was gonna say too, our predictions from last week, your predictions came true. New World Series champion, LA Dodgers. And we do have a new president.
Nice.
That is true.
We have a new president.
So your predictions came true, and we'll have some more this episode. What's your immediate reactions though to the new
Trump winning?
president, to President Trump winning? Yeah.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, Stephan. Racism in America. Sexism in America.
As a white man, I deserve that tone.
Transphobia
Yeah.
in America, Stephan.
Yeah.
I could not believe
Give it to me.
this is the same nation
Yeah.
where Martin Luther King walked
Yes.
and was murdered,
Yes.
where Malcolm X walked and was murdered.
Right. Don't forget JFK.
He's white.
I know.
I cannot believe I'm living in this America where we enslave people, genocide people. Not in my America. Not the one that I participate in
Yes.
on Instagram
Yeah.
and TikTok.
TikTok. What about on X?
I just look at the memes. But I could not believe this was happening on my watch.
Yeah.
And it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not. It's white men's fault. It's white women's fault.
Who else?
But the good white women are fine with me, not the
Yes.
bad white women.
Yes. I've heard it's also black men's fault. How do you feel about that?
I don't see color. That's how I feel about that.
Oh, you just said white men and white women.
That's what they told me to say. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised. I actually was like, this is normal.
Yeah.
I mean, but what did you think about it? What was your first reaction?
My first reaction was, if you have money, you should put it into the stock market immediately. That's probably one thing you should do.
Because it's all about the bag.
All about the bag. Close your eyes, hold your nose, press buy. I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
Either. Yeah. I
Did
think
you laugh? Did anything happen? Did you have any like...
the memes were crazy.
The memes were
They were so good. I think I sent you one. There was it wasn't a Puerto Rican family, but they were singing this song about Donald. It was a Cuban family. Singing about Donald Trump winning.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
I mean, they're funny, but I
Yeah.
think that might also tell you a little bit about how we deal with tragedies here. They're immediately memed.
They're immediately memed, yeah.
Yeah, for culture. And that's,
To cope.
Yeah, to cope, and maybe that's not necessarily a healthy thing, but they're hilarious. I mean, I put some up myself. I put LeBron James
Yeah,
when
you
he's
did.
bent
You
over,
did.
and I was like Donald J. Trump when he's getting ready to go against women in an election.
Yeah,
And a lot of people responded to that.
that's true.
They laughed at that, but
That's true.
sometimes humor helps.
Yeah.
It's good to like take a moment and
Yeah. My lesson was like from, I don't know, the 2016 or 2020 election was don't get caught up in it. We talked about it last week. It's a big show. I hope you enjoy it. You know how we were talking about it. I enjoyed it too. This time I enjoyed it. I was very
thoroughly,
emotionally disconnected from it.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. And honestly, I'm still enjoying the show.
Still enjoying it? That's good.
On Instagram, we're getting a lot of...
Some people would call us insensitive for that. And what would you say to that?
They would call us insensitive?
Yes.
I would...
For saying it's a big show. We've definitely gotten that in some comments.
I would say that I agree that we are a bit insensitive, but I would also say that... what's the best way to put this? Sensitivity has nothing to do with what's going on in this country.
Yeah.
And you better start learning it, Missy or Mister, or however you identify. The people who own and control this country don't care about how sensitive you are.
Right.
So if you're worried about sensitivity, boy, you're light years behind these guys.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I don't know. It's either you laugh at it or you educate yourself to who these people are and start figuring it out. Yeah, start figuring out who your real opposition is.
Right.
Maybe
who the
ops. Not a Republican.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not your dad who votes for Trump.
No.
Maybe it's not that person that you take money from.
You're getting closer.
I'm getting closer, yeah.
You're getting closer.
Maybe it's not the person that voted for Donald Trump because they actually think he's going to help the economy, even if they're wrong.
Yeah.
Even if they're wrong. In your mind, they're wrong. But they're doing it maybe because they believe that this man will save their family because they have no other way of seeing a way out in today's world.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we shouldn't vilify these people who voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Just like we shouldn't vilify people who vote for Kamala. Is it Kamala? Is it Kamala?
It's Kamala, I think, yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's the winner's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kamala it is, sure.
Yeah, it's Kamala.
Okay, Kamala it is.
Kamala, that's the one who lost it 5
Who lost.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So you laughed at it, I laughed at it.
I mean, look, it like Dick Cheney coming out and supporting Kamala Harris, however you want to put it. That was just, you know, that was insane. And the party saying like, oh, we love getting the Cheney nod of approval.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. If you're ever trying to win an election and there's a genocide going on right now.
Yeah.
Or just in general, don't bring out a war criminal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
There's a whole movie made about him.
The Dick movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just in good taste to not bring out a war criminal.
Yeah.
And parade him as, hey, this guy likes us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
take it from a Kanye fan. Don't bring out that guy.
Yet again, though, he was right, but it's just early. He is too early.
You know what? We were just talking. You got to be on your time. You got to be.
You do.
So, what are some of the things you're seeing? I'm trying to figure out how to respond to them. And
yeah, I think long term for Dems and everything is, again, you got to look at it like long term through this lens. It might be great for the Democratic Party because everything they've done doesn't work, so they have to burn it down, start it again, and find a way to appeal to people.
Everything it doesn't work.
Well, I mean, the way it's changed from when Obama was elected, which was like progressive, and then it got way more far left.
I don't recognize that name.
Obama. Don't remember this guy?
No, I don't know this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know who this guy is.
Anyways,
tell me more about this
Obama character.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was campaigning again for her, but I just think like, yeah,
the guy that talked down to us.
Yes.
I know him. Yeah,
that man.
Unc,
yeah.
Unc Bama.
Unc talking. How did you feel about that?
I didn't really care that he was talking down to me, personally, but I know a lot of black people were getting that old Bill Cosby feeling, and by Bill Cosby I don't mean the years of rape. I mean like they're getting the old, like the whole like, pull your pants up, and you're not living right, and you got to do this and you got to do that, and it's like
exasperated. Yeah,
nobody wants to hear that from you.
Yeah,
you know,
when you have $100 million Spotify deal.
Yeah, no one wants to hear that. We have $100 million Spotify deal, and your daughters are like basically like ushered into Hollywood, and you've also
Yeah.
dipped out of politics for the last I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
And you're making how much on speaking fees? It's like read the room, Unc.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So, you want to talk about the reasons why she lost, or why?
I was just trying to say to be optimistic to Democratic people who are, I guess, Dems and everything. It's like, well, maybe that's what the party needs is like a hard reset.
You're optimistic.
I'm trying to say this is, I guess, like something they can look for if they want to be optimistic.
Oh wow, I would
Yeah.
say the exact opposite. I would say Democrats won't learn anything from this. And
Yeah,
if
that's the other
history
side of
has
it, yeah.
proven us right. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
You were talking about 2008. That was supposed to be Hillary's year where she was supposed to be propped up. But Obama, I believe his name is, went up there and had a Martin Luther King moment.
Yeah.
And kind of grassroots won that.
Yeah.
And after those elections, they tried to make sure that that would never, ever happen again.
Right.
And they tried to sink Bernie. And they did. And then they gave us Hillary, which I don't think was most people's pick. I think we all kind of wanted Bernie.
Yeah.
And then she didn't win against Trump. And then the same thing again in 2020. They made sure, even though that was a shit, that was
insane.
horrible.
That was
a crazy list of nominees.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, they made sure that we didn't get the guy that we all wanted, which was Bernie Sanders.
Right.
Because they go, no, the party says that we must pick Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's
Kamala
not about...
didn't make it to Iowa.
She didn't make it to Iowa. It's not even about what you want.
Yeah.
It's about what the party wants.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that happened this year where they go, why don't we just have a primary to pick nominees? And they go, no, we got it. It's like when a woman or like just a partner in general goes to a restaurant with their other partner and then you go like, oh, what do you guys want to eat? And they go, well, he'll have.
Yes.
And you go, I'll have. What the hell is
Exactly.
going on? Am I in an abusive relationship
Yep.
that I don't know about?
Yeah.
So that attributed to the dysfunction of what's happening.
Yeah.
Is that maybe they didn't give us a good candidate. And for years they haven't been. And the only way you can basically have a grassroots candidate is if you have some sort of civil rights moment on stage.
Yes.
That's what Barack did. He wasn't even speaking like Barack in that speech.
No, it
he
was
was
insane.
practicing Martin Luther King
He looked
in the-
tired.
in the night. I mean, you remember that speech?
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not. And then you hear him later on as he became president, you go, oh, he knew what he had to do to get this.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got one shot, America. And he came out and I was like, okay. So that's one leg I think we could talk about. Oh, what we already talked about. Is
Yeah.
It's not probably going to get better because
No.
it's what the party wants.
I was trying to lay out the optimistic scenario for people who are like shattered today. That's all I was trying to do.
I think that might, I don't want to say it's a problem,
Yeah.
but I think it's time we get real. I think it's time we have them
I'm not saying I think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have them.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror.
Yeah, for sure. I think the real answer is like a lot of middle America felt like they were hurting. Inflation.
Economy was the biggest issue.
Economy is the biggest issue.
That
Stock
was-
market's up. Stock market's not the economy.
Yep. That's Wall Street.
Yep.
That's Elon territory.
Yeah. And Trump, I think most people felt like he was populism is in right now. They felt like he was saying all the right things. And he kind of was the only one saying all the right things.
He was.
Whether he does
What's the right things, though? Explain that. What is that?
get inflation down so people can afford things again. You
Yes.
know, dollar pizza is $2 right now, Alex. That's a problem.
I got $1.50 yesterday.
I don't know if you saw yesterday. It's back down to $1 again.
It's back down to $1.
As soon as he won,
Let's go, two bros.
I started walking around. 2 bros, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Dollar slice is back.
That's
That's right.
historic.
As soon as they called it, they hung that sign back up. Well, inflation, I guess, is big for a lot of people.
People cannot afford to eat and take care of themselves, and
Yeah.
they think that Kamala was more of the same with Joe Biden, and she didn't provide any answers to helping fight inflation.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's probably a huge one.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that everyone that voted for Trump isn't a racist, transphobic piece of POC, piece of crap?
I'm sure there's some of that in there. Maybe
So
there's
you're
a lot of it in
telling me some of the people that voted for Trump
there. Yeah.
were doing this because they believe this man can help their family.
For the good of their families. It's hard to believe. I
And they're
know.
not all white bro rapist.
I know. It's hard to believe.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it.
No, I don't. I'm ashamed to be here next to you. But anyways.
I'm sorry. I'm here to listen and learn today.
Well, there's not going to be any of that going on. But
yeah. I mean, I think the economy was like forefront. I think like probably the border also. I think
immigration.
Like,
you think
immigration for sure was a big issue.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people they view that as like an issue that needs to get under control.
Is that there's too many illegal immigrants coming into America.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that, yeah.
You know what's interesting about immigration is, America as a country of burning down other people's houses to make ours look like the best one on the block. So if you burn down other people's houses,
yeah,
and then they come into ours, you can't be really mad about it. And like, well, they're not coming in the right way.
Right.
They're, they should knock. And then if I say they can enter,
it sounds like you're invalidating their feelings.
No, I don't validate anyone's feelings.
Okay.
But yeah, sure, immigration's a good one.
Yeah.
So how is he going to fix the economy?
Apparently tariffs is what he wants to do.
Tariffs.
But that's going to cause...
Well, that sounds terrible.
Tariffable.
Yeah. So what's a tariff?
I guess my prediction here is like if we're talking about how he's going to fix the economy.
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes into like what's going to happen as I think we're going to get, ironically, more inflation.
Yes.
Because we look at the things that can be done. Deportation, I don't know if people want to hear this or not, but the truth is deporting people causes inflation.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
Yeah.
So that's something that would happen. So I think a lot of business owners, they might be upset at Trump for that.
They're kicking out their workforce.
Right. But that's that's definitely a cause of inflation. Tariffs is a cause of inflation.
Aren't these people stealing black jobs? Those are my jobs. They're black jobs. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
that's what Trump told me.
And he's right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. 1,000%.
Because I went out and looking for black jobs and I couldn't find
I couldn't
find a black job.
You couldn't find one black job.
Not one black job.
What's a black job?
Doorman.
What's another black job?
A guy who pushes the button on the elevator.
Okay. What's another one?
Befriending white women in Queens.
I like that.
Yeah.
Does that pay well? I'll do that.
I don't know if it pays well. It's like an internship.
Okay.
You have to be their best friend.
Forget it. You have 3 of those in Queens.
Yeah.
I know at least 3 of them.
That's 3 internships.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's all going to cause inflation.
Want my black job.
Housing. Getting housing affordable again.
That's true.
What does that mean? That means interest rates have to come down.
That's true.
They're 7%.
Yeah.
Inflation coming down means what? Interest rates coming down means what? Inflation back up.
Yes, it does. So what you're saying is he can't actually fix this problem?
I don't think he can fix the inflation problem if he I don't think he can fix all these problems at the same time.
And you don't think he can fix it in 4 years, and you don't think he can fix it with tariffs. So when he says tariffs,
yeah,
it's kind of, let's say like he plans on putting tariffs on China. Mm-hmm. That's what you mean when you say tariffs.
I mean, that was not necessarily just China, but yeah.
But that was his big statement, was to go to economic war with China.
Yeah, exactly.
And place tariffs on their goods. Like, I think Biden just did it for the EV cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he wants a big blanket thing on China. But China has a check move. I don't know, say it's a checkmate, but it's just put us in check, which is they could just manufacture things in Mexico and ship the stuff from Mexico over. Because China is also everywhere like we are and manufacture all over the place. But that would drive the cost of goods up still no matter what.
Yeah.
And he'd be deporting these people back to Mexico where there'd be more jobs.
Jobs at that point.
In fact.
So ironically, he'd be helping
Mexico.
I guess illegal immigrants get jobs.
Yeah. Because those are illegal immigrant jobs, not to be confused with black jobs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I don't want anyone taking my black job.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think for sure the stock market is going to go up in the short term.
Right.
Short term is probably 6 months or so.
Yeah.
But I think for the everyday American, if he wants to deliver on all these things, like we're going to have a lot of inflation again. I just think some of that's out of his control.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's like, if you want to like spur this stimulus, like it goes back to printing money or QE or whatever, and it's just going to cause inflation again.
Yeah.
So I do think we're going to see that pick up at some point in the next 4 years.
I mean, another reason that maybe the whole loss to the whole, and we haven't talked about it yet, but we should probably talk about maybe the next episode, the war in Gaza.
Yeah.
Kamala did not do a lot to address those concerns for a lot of people. Trump obviously has said that he will kill everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, which is,
Fair.
It's an answer.
It's an answer.
It's an answer that you got to give him.
Yeah.
He did answer the question, while Kamala has not, or the Democrats have not come out and stopped the war. Or why do you think that is?
I mean, we talked about it before. It's like war is it's profitable. Like we look at the largest donors to the Republican and the Democratic nominees, it's Palantir.
Yeah.
So that's, Peter Thiel's company, Alex Karp, they're doing backflips and cartwheels right now. But the truth is they would have been fine under either candidate who got nominated. And they're like a defense company, basically. That's the best way to think about it.
And I mean, a lot of the money that goes to quote unquote Israel doesn't really go to Israel. Mm-hmm. It actually goes to defense companies for Israel. Yeah. So it goes to Raytheon.
Yes.
It goes to Boeing. Basically, it goes to places that are that may kill a lot of motherfucker machines.
Yeah,
that's the best way to put it, right?
I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
In other words, not black jobs. Those are white jobs.
Yeah.
So basically, that was another reason too. Maybe why she lost was no answer to that.
She didn't have anything to say. There was no answer. It's just she just kind of did this.
So what I surmise from it, and I hope that a lot of people will understand, and I do mean this, and I do say this with love, America started as a genocidal campaign.
Right.
And it will continue to do such, and so, because it is in our DNA. And no politician and no government from the West will stop that from happening. I full-heartedly believe that.
Right.
And to look at politicians and expect them to stop doing that, I think, as Joe Biden would say, is malarkey.
It's full of malarkey.
It's malarkey. The reason it's going to stop is because of us.
Right.
The Vietnam War didn't stop because people were sharing things on Instagram.
Nope.
It stopped because of protests. And the people who and soldiers going, no, we're not going to do this.
Right.
But we'll have to do something separate about that.
Well, you said it. Keep going, because you said the best way to protest.
The best way to protest is with your money.
That's right.
You can boycott. There's a lot of things you can boycott.
Right here.
Oh, you got a 20.
Protest with your money. I not only got a 20, I got some.
You got a euro.
Banco de Mexico.
That's right.
That's right.
If we got, that's not a euro. That's a pesos.
I got rid of all my euros when I was in Paris.
Oh, okay.
I bought too many pants with you and everything.
Oh yeah. Well,
fashion, thrifting.
Now you know who my master is. Material
goods.
Material goods.
So, I guess keeping with like what's in and out, I had written down a list of some things that are in.
Yeah.
And out. I feel like, we have like the FDA is out.
Okay.
And RFK is in. He's probably going to dismantle that. We have Gary Gensler is out, chairman of the SEC.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is in.
Yeah.
Windmills are out. Wind power is out. Nuclear energy is in.
Yeah.
I would say. Obamacare is out. Prisons are in.
Okay.
Yeah. I think a lot of prisons. I think a lot of, that goes with deportation and jail.
For sure.
Probably coming back.
I don't think prisons were ever out, but okay.
They were never out, but they were down.
They were down.
But they're back. And then I would say fluoride is out.
Okay.
Florida
is in.
Yeah. Higher IQs apparently. I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
So those are some of my other predictions or what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine are not, I hope they help, but this is maybe my try to help understand the election moment. And it's more has so to do with who kind of sponsors these things. Now, a lot of times we like to blame each other, you know, racist white man, rapist guy, voted for Trump. You know, these characters of each other, or, you know, Latino grandpappy.
Black men are catching a lot of strays today.
Yeah,
too.
black men are catching a lot of strays. We always catch a lot of strays. There's never not a day where we're not catching strays.
Yeah.
But so I was trying to talk about, so Trump had a billionaire on his side named Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Kamala did not necessarily have. She had raised $996 million. Let's just round it up to $1 billion. Trump raised 330 something million.
Yeah.
But Elon Musk is $236 billion. He's the richest man in the world.
Yeah, he spent $44 billion to buy Twitter, overvalued as well.
Right.
Like he even admits it, but
so
made a difference, I think.
I recently started trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, who are the richest men in the world?
Yeah.
And what do they do?
Yes.
You know. So
what did you uncover?
This, I hope people, is tech.
Yes.
And this is how I believe the elections are won. This is how I believe people think. This is how I believe people consume media. I don't want to use the word think because that would give too much credit.
Credibility.
Yeah, to what I'm actually trying to say. But so the richest men in the world are Elon Musk.
Yep.
They are Jeff Bezos.
Yep.
Mark Zuckerberg. Bill Gates. Larry Page. Sergey Brin.
Those are the founders of Google.
Yep. The founders of Google. Bill Gates, you know what he did.
Larry Ellison, Oracle.
Steve Ballmer, Microsoft.
He was the CEO of Microsoft.
No, he's the owner of the Clippers.
Yeah.
And Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett, as I like to call him.
Who's giving all his money away to Bill Gates Foundation.
Yeah.
Ironically.
And I would throw, Peter Thiel's not all the way up there, but he's in the mix.
They're in the mix, but so that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven of the top richest people in the world all work in tech.
True.
So what is tech? Tech is well, I'm trying to figure out myself where I go like, it's a platform, but it's a private platform. You can be thrown off of any of these things. No, it's called social media. And they are companies that are like, but you do not have a right to be on these platforms.
Yeah.
These belong to these men and their stockholders.
Yeah.
And it's their job. Like, I think Zuckerberg apologized to Trump. Didn't he? For like what happened with the election and everything. And he was like, it's okay, you can come back or something like that.
They did a complete 180.
They did a complete 180 because he brings in a lot of clicks.
Yeah.
So we're too addicted to stop. So we're not coming back from this, right? So tech, I thought about this. What does it control, I think, in our life? Your love life. A lot of people use dating apps to date, especially a lot of young people. They don't know how to speak to each other.
Yeah.
They don't even know how to say, hello, I think you're pretty, because that's too much.
They need the Rizzler.
They need the Rizzler. People go to therapy.
One of these. Yeah.
They go to therapy on these apps. Better Health.
True.
All these things along that, Zoom or whatever. Medical. People are going to WebMD. ChatGPT, whatever. And then these people control basically, I would say 80 to 90% of your life.
I was going to add time in. Look at your screen time.
Screen time.
Control your time.
Sure. I forgot about that one. I should have thought about that one.
No, it's all good.
Your time too. So, when it comes to the election, how do they factor in?
Yeah.
The best way that I can explain it is if you have $236 billion.
Yeah.
Now, again, that's not adding up all their money because I didn't add up all their billions together.
That was just Elon.
That was just Elon.
It's just Elon.
Who campaigned for Trump about as hard as you can dick ride somebody because he was going pretty hard.
Yep.
Would you allow your choice and your money, your $236 billion, to be controlled by, I don't know, a white guy who's a racist rapist in Arkansas? Just you. If you had, forget about $236 billion, Stephen, would you allow your money to be controlled by anybody? Would
you
allow
I'm
me to
Elon Musk?
No. How about we just do this, me and you?
Okay.
Would you give me control of your money, knowing I have a spending habit?
Yeah.
The habit that I have.
Alex, out of the goodness of my heart, I could never let that happen.
Exactly. And I know Stephen. I've known Stephen for a long time.
Here, I'll say this. It's for your best interests.
Exactly. So if Stephen, my good friend, wouldn't give me control of his money and his investments, what makes you think that your vote, you had control over their money and their investments?
Yeah.
Because that's who runs not just this country, folks, the world.
Yeah.
Because the world uses what? Amazon, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
This is how the West was won. And it's run through your tech right now.
Yeah.
So for everyone that's out there blaming these other people, start blaming these guys. I can run down the names again for you if you want.
Yeah.
That's who you should start looking at. Maybe stop using their platforms. I know we're not, because this is how we get our clips up.
Yeah.
But you guys should definitely stop.
And also, we're fine with the flag that we get or whatever. We catch some strays for saying this, but none of this is new.
I figured I might as well just try and be truthful today, because it's post-election day.
Exactly.
And I'm feeling kind of good. So I thought about it.
Yeah.
Technology, what it's brought us, and the truth of today.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean the truth. I mean the truth of today. Because the truth of today is not the truth that it used to be. This ain't that old, plain-fashioned, naked truth. This is that tech truth, right?
What's the tech truth?
The tech truth. I'm glad you asked that, my friend. Tech truth: deterioration of attention. Attention.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Deterioration of attention. I'm a little thirsty. I haven't had my sponsor Topo Chico yet. Right. So, this is the truth of today.
Yeah.
If you couldn't sing, you can now use auto-tune.
Yep.
If you can't write, you can now use ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. If you can't spell, you got... Say it for me, Stephen. If you can't spell, what's in your phone that helps you spell?
Siri?
No, spell check.
Spell check. I mean, Siri too. Yeah, I got you.
If you can't lose weight.
Ozempic, GLP-1s. Yeah.
Liposuction. If you can't get in shape and get strong, you use steroids.
True. TRT.
This is the world. You can't do comedy.
You get a podcast.
You get a podcast. Welcome to the world, folks. Yeah. This is the world that we live in. We live in a world where results don't matter about how much effort you put in. It's all about cheating to the top. This is what it is. It's like about results without the effort. So when everyone is sitting here going, well, Trump's a reality star. How did he win? Elon Musk is not Tony Stark. He makes his money because his dad gave him his money. He had no effort to put in.
From the Emerald Mines,
So, and Bill Gates came from a wealthy family, and he just happened to be next to one of the first computers.
Right.
These people didn't work from the ground up and figure it all out. Like, we'd love to believe that they did. Okay, so if you couldn't sing, you now have auto-tune. Mm-hmm. If you can't spell, you got...
Spell check.
Yes. If you can't write, you got ChatGPT.
Yep.
You can't lose weight, you got...
Ozempic.
You want to get strong and buff, you got this guy on social media taking what?
TRT.
Yeah. And that's the world that we're in. We're in a world where it's results without effort.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm speaking about this, is because simulations and imitations have become the truth. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, because we're living in a world where we've all got Instagram filters on who we are and what we think and what we're doing, to the point where our billionaires, our Zuckerbergs, our Elon Musk are imitating and cosplaying as UFC fighters.
Right.
That's the world we live in.
Yeah, he did challenge him.
That's my point.
UFC fight.
It's not just us, poor people. Even they have become metaversed into their own simulation.
Yeah.
So, no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it feels more Matrix-y, like, where it's like you're in a Matrix, or you can kind of meme something into existence.
We have deep faked ourselves into schizophrenia. So the only thing or only person really that makes sense in a schizophrenic world is a crazy person like Donald Trump.
It's the outcome we got. Yeah.
You know what I mean? A person who invents his new reality every day.
Yeah.
As fast as I can with an Instagram filter.
I think the other side, like, too, is people go, well, he's not controlled by the deep state, so at least we're getting a real person with his own thoughts.
The deep state is Elon Musk.
Yeah.
The deep state is Zuckerberg. The deep state are these billionaires.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm saying I think that's why people...
They voted for him.
Yes, I think that might be part of it, too.
Stopping the deep state from coming to get you.
Drain the swamp. That's what he ran on in, 2016, right?
The swamp is in here.
Yeah.
Like every part of you, I don't know, like I feel like every part of us is being harvested.
I'm just saying it's part of the appeal, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean like your attention is being harvested, like your organs, whatever, everything, every single part of you is now money making. Your sex is harvested. That's why I'm like, whatever it is, everything is money now. Yeah. And that's what I hope people understand is that as much as you think it's personal, it's about money.
It's business. It's not personal.
Business. It's not personal.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's been that way for, 20, 30, 40 years, if not longer. It's not surprising.
Yeah, but I'm like, I think the thing that's getting, because it's a different generation.
Yep.
So it's like, we as a society here in America, we collectively like to celebrate our heroes, but then we like to villainize our bastards. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We just had the Olympics this year.
We kick people while they're down. We do that a lot.
Yeah. We love to go, Diddy, vote or die. And then we like to go afterwards, I didn't know he was gay. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's the same. At one point, Elon Musk was the most beloved guy. At one point, Dave Chappelle was the most beloved guy. And then they say one thing you don't like, and you go, I hate this person. He has nothing to do with me. I never liked this person. It's like, and that's where we're at in our mentality, where it's like, you're not saying the right thing that I want you to say.
Yeah.
You're not wearing the right filter that I want you to say.
Yeah.
But our morality in this world is in saying something, denying the evil, but not stopping the evil. Does that make sense?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. I don't like what's going on in the Middle East.
And then you stop there.
Job done. I shared it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Job done. That's activist. I'm an activist.
Yeah.
I spread it out to my however many thousands of followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forget that I'm using this company's platform that is making money off of this, off of my activism.
Both sides.
Both sides.
You posting it, someone watching it.
Someone hating on it.
They're the only ones getting paid.
And that's when I'm realizing with people with this election, they are upset with their own delusions. Do you know what I mean? Because they believe the world is this type of Instagram filter where it's, this should happen because you're a good person, or because you think you're a good person, or because you denied evil. But you haven't really done anything. You haven't realized the results with effort. No effort. You're expecting results, just like everything that I talked about before. Mm-hmm. That's where we're at right here. You did, and I mean this, abortion should be legal. But you did not fight for the right for you to have abortion.
What do you mean by that?
We as a generation, didn't get out there. We didn't. Remember when it got taken away?
Yes.
We marched for a week.
I see what you're saying. Okay. And then
a week.
It was done after that.
And it was done. And it was out of everybody's mind until today or yesterday. Because you thought you could vote one person in and they would get you what you wanted back. And that's not going to work anymore. That's not going to work in today's world. Because at the end of the day, these people know, and by these people, I mean your masters. They always say, what they say in hip-hop? Own your masters.
Own your masters. Yeah.
Well, guess what? We got it fucked up. They own us now.
Yeah.
Because they know you're not going to do anything about it but post on their platforms about it.
Yeah.
And they're going to make money off of it. They're going to make money off of your activism.
Even us doing this.
Yep. Ain't
Yeah.
that a bitch of the game?
That's a bitch, yeah.
Yeah, I like to call that the Kurt Cobain. That's right. Doesn't matter what you do. As much as you try to help, you only become a part of this big entity.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you shoot yourself in the head with a shotgun and everybody's wearing Nirvana t-shirts 20, 30 years later, never listening to the words or anything you were singing about.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Nirvana song?
I'd have to ask Courtney Cox.
There we go.
Yeah.
Boom. So I want to make sure, I'm hoping I'm very clear with this. They do not care if you starve to death. They don't care if you can't afford a home. They don't care if you don't have abortion rights. They don't care if you take drugs where the side effect is suicide.
Yep. Or overdose.
Or overdose. This is a side effect of also of social media.
Yeah.
They don't care if you kill yourself.
Yeah.
That is America. Now, I know you go racism, sexism, all this, yes. But this is the entity you are dealing with. You have to know the enemy that you are going against if you're going to try and defeat it. You ever play a video game? Mm-hmm. You're like, how do I beat this boss? You got to study its attacks.
I looked it up. I'd have the Zelda book and look it up. And
This is where we're at, where it's like, this is a world where people charge you to make you go into debt for your own education.
That's crazy.
Think about that. That's what they do to you, and that's what they teach you, that you have to go into debt. They didn't have to do that.
Nope.
They know that didn't exist.
No.
And they taught you that lie as a child.
You know what my dad paid for a semester in medical school?
What?
$500. $500. And he couldn't afford it. He was in the Army.
Yeah.
He had no money. He was poor. So the Army paid for it. They got a great deal.
Ain't that a bitch? Martin Scorsese, everybody's favorite director. He went to NYU.
Yeah.
He went to NYU because he was a C student and he couldn't go anywhere else.
Yep.
And you're paying $100,000 to go and do what? You're not going to be the next Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah, not doing that. But
so this is why this last card is called context.
It's great. It's straight up predatory, and
you are the prey.
You're the prey.
We are the prey.
I think the awareness is important, and we'll keep saying it. Neither side is benefiting you.
Neither one.
Red tie or blue tie. I don't care if I get flack for it. I don't care if you do.
Yes.
But I feel very strongly and passionately about it.
Yes.
It's like
they want your money. They want you. You are money. I hope you understand this. They call it labor.
Yeah.
That's who you are to them. You are money. When you see these videos of people who can't go home from work when there's a hurricane and they end up dying in the rain, that's because the most important thing is profit.
They invented new ways to take stuff from you.
Yes.
We didn't even have phones. We didn't have social media 12 years ago.
Nope.
So now we're watching memes 4 hours a day or whatever.
Now I want to talk about the true villain of 2024. And it's not the Joker musical. And it's not just Donald Trump. And it's not just Kamala's election. And it's not just Democrats. It's an easy word called context. Context is the new villain. In the world of TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, we want a narrative. We want the right looking person to tell us exactly what we want to hear. And what is a narrative, people? A narrative is another form of propaganda. Because a narrative is one side of the story.
It's a story.
Context would mean different people's sides of the story. Different things are going on. But do you know what the thing about context is? You can't simplify it, and you can't put it into an Instagram video in 1 minute.
No.
You can't sum up everything that happened in the world in YouTube Shorts. You might have to do a little more work than that.
Yeah.
I'm on my Obama unk bag right now.
I mean, you're right, though. We see it, stuff we post. People are like, I need to see the rest of it.
Exactly.
It's like we post everything unedited, so you have it.
Now, I want to make sure that I say this.
Yeah.
Where we are at today, it is not our fault. It is not your fault. You have been lied to. You have been gaslighted. You have been ran amok, ran astray. Plymouth Rock landed on us. From the beginning.
Preach.
From the beginning, everyone has lied to you. And they told you these were your options. They tell you that capitalism is all you know. And that if you don't pick capitalism, the other option is communism. That's what they told you. As if the only option in the world is two options. And this is where we're at. We have to stop believing in their ideals, their choices, what they sold us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Getting mad at this election, I feel like is like getting mad at the monarchy. It doesn't have the power that it used to anymore. You know what I mean? It's like when we were in England and, you know, they have the little guys out there and they come out with the beefeater hats and they stand at the guard and it's like...
They switch.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're not even in that building.
Yeah.
The king's not in there right now. I know you like to think he is.
It's a show.
It's all a show. They don't know. He's probably upstate somewhere. Just chilling out. They're not in there clocking in being like, oh, okay, it's time for me to be a king.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't even live in the White House half the time.
Yeah. He's in Mar-a-Lago playing golf.
And that's my point. It's a show. When's the last time you seen Melania? I miss her. She was great in season 2.
Yeah.
And dipped out. It's like Married with Children when the little brother went upstairs and never came back down.
Yeah. Barron's at NYU. He's right down the street.
This is the most important part. And I made sure to write it down just so I have it and I won't forget. Democracy does not extend into the private sector. But the private sector does extend into democracy. Isn't that funny how that works out?
True.
Isn't it funny how that was written in there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean when I say that though, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but it's power.
It's power. It's all about money.
Yeah.
Money is what sets this up. So the idea is that, yes, you have to vote, have checks and balances, and yada, 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 yada. But you know who doesn't have checks and balances? Companies that get to create monopolies.
Yeah.
Why don't they have checks and balances?
Yeah.
Because that's not capitalism. What's that? That's greed. That's the last unchecked mental illness.
I was going to say this. I think there needs to be like a reframe where people go, money is the root of all evil.
Yes.
That's the saying. Money is the root of all evil. That's not true. Greed is the root of all evil.
Greed is the root of all evil.
That's like almost like an analogy. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah. Or people with guns.
You got to hold yourself. Yeah, but you got to hold yourself accountable at the end of the day.
We have to hold each other accountable at this point. I think.
Yeah.
This pointing and blaming in 4 years and then another 4 years pointing and blaming and another 4 years and pointing and blaming and going, well, I guess white men don't care about me and I guess black men don't care about me. All because you saw a chart on Instagram, which is not real information.
Yes.
It's not. It's just a chart.
It's just a chart.
I could have made this chart. I could make this chart with ChatGPT. This is not information. Even me, if you get it from me, this is not information. You should be looking and checking yourself.
Check the sources.
This is where we're at.
Yeah.
This is stop buying into their truth. Because then now they get to tell you who to hate. Now they get to tell you it's their fault.
Yeah.
It's white women's fault. They didn't vote for her enough.
Right.
That's like, there's no different if you go into a club and someone's like, hey, I heard so-and-so called you fat. And they go, what? And then you walk over and hey, man, you called me fat. Well, he told me you said I was ugly. And it's like, I didn't say anything like that.
You know what we call that? Gossip.
Gossip girls.
It's not information.
That should be the new name of this podcast. Gossip girls.
Gossip girls, yeah.
But I'm very alarmed by what I'm seeing today.
Yeah.
And how quickly this information is becoming truth. This is not the truth. This is techno-truth.
Yeah.
So that was my soapbox that I wanted to go on.
It's good. People to understand
I hope
how you feel, yeah.
And I hope that helps explain where we're at with elections, where we're at with, just how we relate to each other in today's world.
Yeah.
Like, we got to get off of whatever this is.
Yeah. It's going to sound corny, but it's like you can't tear each other down. You have to build something together. And it's like, we're not the United States of America right now. We're the divided States of America.
This,
as corny as that sounds,
point was brought to you by Topo Chico.
Thank you,
Topo Chico, a subsidiary of the Coca-Cola organization. You thought you weren't drinking Coke, but you always are.
What we're doing right now is we're willing into existence
Sponsorship.
Our sponsorship with Topo Chico. Topo Chico, you don't know it yet. Warren Buffett, you don't know it yet. You own Coke, basically.
Yep.
You're getting us a sponsorship. It's coming.
And let me tell you this right now. When they buy us, you ain't getting any more of this.
No.
When it happens, when we're on TV, The Daily Show, whatever it is, SNL, it's over.
It's done.
Yeah.
I will dance for any puppet master.
You're going to see a lot of shutting up and a lot of dribbling. I'll tell you that much.
Look at Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in his MJ
Wizards
era right now, for sure.
Anyways, that was my, I hope that we understand. I hope. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to do my best to be compassionate. Yeah. I said all these things. I tried to cover it as much as I could.
Yeah.
But also understand that you are being duped. You have been duped. We all have been duped. I've had to go back. I don't know how you feel. I've had to go back and relearn so much of what I was taught. With just this podcast, election cycle, it's taught me so much. Just sitting down, reading and writing, trying to figure out okay, what is capital? What is capital?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or what are the options that I have for myself? I mean, some countries they have more than two parties.
Yeah, they'll have snap elections.
Yeah,
Germany's gonna have another one of those.
We'll talk about Germany.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And the embarrassment isn't Trump winning. I hear that too. A lot of people going oh, Trump won. This is so embarrassing. Look how other countries look at us. That's not the problem. Is how other countries look at us. Mm-hmm. We're sounding like Samantha in Sex and the City, where we're like, I don't think I'm wearing the right shoes to this party. It's the problem is the country is a genocidal, war-hungry, killing, racist, rapist machine.
With no context anymore.
Yeah, with no context.
Yeah.
Before we used to be able to go okay, well, we'll kill that person because they were the bad guy. Maybe we only did that one time, and that was Hitler.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm like...
Now we're living on 60-second loops.
60-second
loops.
And
then we go, Instagram. Now it's 90-second reels. That's great.
Because we need more of your attention.
We need more of your attention. Yeah.
And whoever gets the most licks and likes, whoever gets the most likes, whoever gets the most clicks, whoever gets the most shares...
They're right.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Because so many people like it, it must be true.
Yep.
Because all of us shared it, it must be true. He has a lot of followers. He has a blue check mark. He must be real. I swear to God, if someone created an account called God and put a blue check mark, we'd have everyone be like, who's this God? I like him.
That actually happened on Twitter, on X.
Did it really?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I could Elon. Talk to me, Elon. Talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that, yeah. It's like there's no taste anymore either from all of that.
I mean, the taste comes from the fit checks and the fake statistics.
I go with all that. I mean, again, it's like, again, it sounds corny, but I think the way that, the powers that be want you, the masters want people to be, is divided. It's easy to control people when they're divided.
It is. It's easy for, again, the person who starts all the rumors to make their money, to count their money.
Yep.
Is if I'm over here busy going, well, Steven's the problem.
Right.
That way I'll never, ever notice this guy's picking my pocket. You know what I mean? I'll never, ever notice what's going on in this country.
Yeah.
And if you're sitting there getting mad at your old grandma or your dad because he voted for Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I say? Go ahead, be mad. But if you're that mad, don't take his money.
Yeah.
Don't take his money.
Maybe ask him why or her why.
Don't even ask why. Just don't take the money.
I mean, I would say have a conversation, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I personally am like, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Who you want to vote for is who you want to vote for. But again.
But then you're not the one getting upset. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I'm like, I've heard a lot of people get upset and talk about like, especially a lot of white women have gone overboard and been like, who are these white men? And I'm like, you're making them. You make these people.
Yeah.
You have white men in your life. And there's a lot of white women, too, that didn't vote for these people. And it's like, you are a part of this community. Stop acting like just because you voted for Kamala, you're not a part of it.
Or you're better than somebody
Or
else.
you're better than somebody.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane behavior.
There are people starving.
Yeah.
On the train.
There's children dying.
There's children dying.
Literally, yeah.
The world, I think it's the World Health Organization, or someone just said that like millions of people are like the global poverty has risen. I don't know if you know this. To get out of global poverty, technically you have to make more than $2 a day.
Yeah, it's like...
Did you know that?
And we could solve it. That's why I'm laughing at it. It's like, because we could easily solve that.
You have to make more than $2 a day. Fact of the matter is, China did a lot of that work, first of all.
For sure.
And then on top of that, I've made more than $2 a day. I've never felt like, wow, I'm out of poverty. Thank God I got my $2 bill with Thomas Jefferson on it.
Yeah.
Can you believe this is the world we live in?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, sometimes they'll just say a little headline. Look how many people have been risen out of global poverty. What the fuck can you get for $2?
When the fact is, you can solve global poverty with, I think, WHO, again, another study, $50 billion a year. And that's a lot of money, but what's our defense budget? 10 times that.
And a lot
and that's just us.
That's like one B-21 bomber.
Let's say everyone chipped in $1 billion.
That's
Done.
easy. The 10 billionaires themselves could make that happen.
Easily.
What the fuck is...
It's not a priority.
Buffett is 94 years old.
Yeah.
And he is giving away $40 billion to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. First of all, they're divorced. What? And then second of all... He gave away $40 billion.
Yeah.
So he could fix global poverty if he wanted to.
Berkshire's got, I think, $350 billion in cash right now.
Here's the point. If they wanted to.
If they wanted to. It's not a priority. Yeah.
Because they don't give away money. Because you know why?
Why?
No results without effort. That's how they live.
Yeah.
Why should I give it to you kids? You kids want everything, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Results without effort. This is the world they built for us, the results without effort world.
Yeah.
Participation trophy. It's all linked. We've got to step out of that. We got to step out of that for each other, not for getting the bag.
Yeah, because I'll go back to this. You and I, God bless, we get the bag or whatever.
I'm out.
Yeah, but that doesn't change, the friends you care about or the other people. No. It's like they're left behind. Is that really a world you want to have all your family and friends to live in?
You can't escape.
You can't escape it, yeah, but
the money, they've commodified your air.
Your air, your attention, everything.
The air. Like when you smell smog, that's money in the air. That's what they did to the air.
Yeah.
They figured out like, well, we can make more money actually if we pollute the water here. And, it might kill all these people and they can't have, that's what Flint, Michigan was.
Yeah.
They did that, stop people from being able to have children, which is essentially like chemical castration for money.
Right.
That's where we're at. It's all about money. They don't care about killing communities.
Yeah.
So, of course, they don't care about abortion rights.
Yeah.
Of course they don't care about the Supreme Court. They don't care about
the border, any of that stuff.
Genocides.
Yeah.
This is how the game is played. We need to step into that world and stop underestimating the enemy because I hate to say it, they are winning. As long as we're here going, I can't believe they don't care about. They're like, yeah, I don't care.
They've got the money. They control the platforms. Of course they're winning. Yeah. We're not even organized. We're fighting each other. I
swear to God, I know it for a fact.
Yeah.
I swear to God, billionaires go to clubs and listen to some of the music we listen to, and they go, they don't even get it. Like, I swear to God, it's like Bill Gates, Steve Ballmer, and Warren Buffett are at the club one time. They were probably listening to like, I don't fuck with you. And that's them talking about all of us. All the 1% is talking about us. And then we're in there singing like, I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. And they're like, that's how they feel about us. And we're singing that about each other.
I will say rich white people really do love rap though.
They do.
There's a combination in there somewhere.
They do.
The rappers are smart. I mean, not saying they're not. But
Well, Diddy was at a lot of those parties.
he was.
He was there.
Yeah.
We're all worried about the celebrities, and
Yeah.
nobody's thinking about all the famous billionaires that were there.
Yeah.
We're all thinking about Jay-Z. Was Jay-Z there and Beyonce making a baby smoothie?
Yeah.
It's like we're not even thinking about the billionaires that were like Steve Ballmer. Was he there? Was Warren Buffett there?
The ones we don't even know about.
The ones we don't even know about.
yeah.
Bernard Arnault or whatever, the guy who runs all the fashion.
That's LVMH. Yeah.
Yeah, LVMH. But you know what I mean? Like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Why don't we care about where they're at?
True.
But that's the thing. That's where we're at. We're at a. Well, the truth is the celebrities, because we all want to live like that. But that's another video we'll do.
Celebrities are commodified.
Celebrities are
and
commodified.
used. We just saw it. Megan Thee Stallion,
Quavo,
Glorilla,
Jennifer Lopez,
and on the other side, Hulk Hogan,
Joe Rogan,
Tony Hinchcliffe. He ate the grenade.
Yeah, he did.
But he's okay, I guess. I guess because Trump won. Who knows? But
The Undertaker.
Yeah. But every single one of those celebrities, they were being used. And if they're smart, they were like, I know I'm being used and I'm using it.
They got paid for it.
For money, attention, whatever.
They got paid for it.
But for sure, they were being used as a commodity.
Yes. And that's why I'm like, it shouldn't be 80 degrees in November.
I was going to say, none of this matters in 50 years because of climate change if we stay on this path. But then everyone's going to be on Mars because of Elon. Where's my rocket ship?
Again, we're going to run out of clean drinking water in 10 to 15 years, I hear. So the global warming you won't have to worry about. But these storms that are happening down in Florida and all these things. Spain, the flooding in Valencia.
Yep.
It's like
horrific. We were in Valencia,
but that makes it sound like we have money. But we were in Valencia for sad money reasons.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to say is that this is a global thing. Yeah. This isn't like America and our election. Like, our economies are tied together globally. So when you hear people say tariffs and stuff like that, like Stephen's talking about, tariffs equals economic warfare. Mm-hmm. Imagine him holding a gun to China, because that's what he's trying to do. Yep. But it's over. China's too smart. They've got things planned, factories all over the place, just like we do. Actually, we've downsized our production. They've upped theirs as we've downsized ours. Yeah. I mean, go in your house and count how many things are made in China, and how many are made in the U.S. True. And see what you come back with. True. I got one pair of jeans that are made in the U.S., Levi's, and the crotch is blown out. Tells me all I need to know. Yeah, but the vintage ones, beautifully made, and they hold up, and there's a reason. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got on the election. That's all I could come up with in a day. But I hope this showed enough compassion. I hope that this helps people move forward and helps people organize. Yeah. And not wait 4 years. Yeah. For the next disappointing election so you can do this all over again. Yeah. Please do not do this all over again. It's bigger than this specific point in time. And it's like, this is just a culmination of things that have been happening. Yes. To get us to this point. Yes. And it's like, hopefully it turns the light switch on for people. That's why we're doing this. We're here to help. Honestly, yeah. It's like we're not, it takes time out of our day, but we're passionate about it. Yes. We are trying to help, whether people know it or not. I don't know. Yes. Help brought to you by Topo Chico. Thank you, Topo Chico. I feel like that's it. That's the post-election special. We'll do questions next time. If you have questions, please write in our number. Please call into our number. I'll pull it up right now. It's on all our pages too. It's on Instagram. Follow us at Sad Money. Follow us at Sad Money. Please call in with any questions or thoughts you have. 929-277-7166. One more time. What's that number, Stephen? 929-277-7166. That's the Sad Money podcast. It's a Sad Money hotline. And that was the post-election special. Yes. Sad Money. Out. That's it.